Portraying rites of passage in various experiences is a phenomenal way to hotshot your anecdotal culture. That is on the grounds that these ceremonies consolidate the basic components of culture to a significant occasion. The odds are brilliant that social jobs, virtues, way of life, and religious beliefs will all show up. But be careful, this likewise implies if you create customs before making lifestyle changes, you'll need to retry everything. In case you're prepared to make transitional experiences for your general public, this article will certainly help. When does it happen? Rites of passage are usually found at whatever point somebody's way of life changes considerably. New duties, homes, work environments, university, or an exceptional spot in the hierarchy are essential explanations behind life changes. When you invite your friends and/or family to hang out to enjoy your new chapter, the odds are high that you are starting a little transitional experience out of appreciation for an unprecedented event. So look at the life stages in your lifestyle, and discover those areas where a person's conditions will significantly change. If changes in your lifestyle takes after each changes, they are probably going to include 1. Birth. Giving birth to another life unquestionably creates drastic change in lifestyles. However, in societies with high death rate, the festival might be deferred in days, months, years, or significantly more. At the point when the way of life is fulfilled, the child remains, and there's a festival. Usually, naming the newborn child is a significant part. Since babies can't talk or take part in most ceremonial exercises, numerous festivals with young children likewise incorporate offering them a few remembrances, so the grown-ups can observe which they can pick. Their decision is translated as their sign. Point 2. New milestone. Since the child's abilities change quickly, your way of life could have numerous customs at various phases of their development. The capacity to eat solid food rather than milk, or the capability to go to class or assisting with the privately run company are likely purposes of progress for more youthful children. When they are more seasoned, there would be a time when they are viewed as equipped for settling on their own decisions, turning into a submitted native of a network, or committing themselves to religion. Completing school is commonly significant, as is a qualification for marriage. Point 3. Marriage. For certain culture, marriage itself denotes the adulthood progress and also considered as a transition. Also, the lovebirds frequently bid farewell to their loved ones as of now. It's similarly basic for this custom to stamp the obtaining of another house, and may present a lot more prominent societal position on the couple. These changes occurring immediately is likely the reason why the ceremony of marriage is among the greatest and most expound soul-changing experiences in numerous societies. Marriage is likewise not quite the same as different ceremonies in that it's a course of action between two free substances. It frequently starts with an intricate exchange process between the families. Point 4. Elderhood. There might be a progression of customs or festivities checking when a grown-up achieves improved disposition after marriage. It could be accepted into a selective gathering of persuasive individuals, or given a work promotion. He or she may likewise take over as the head of their more distant family. Maybe they were also offered early retirement to enjoy their remaining years and relaxation. Point 5. Demise. When somebody with significant social associations bites the dust, their associations will very likely take part in traditions to stamp their passing. Numerous societies endorse and even command anguish with standard grieving time, wherein the grievers abstain from celebratory conduct. Proficient grievers, generally ladies, are enlisted in certain societies to moan noisily and melancholy, making the expired look increasingly great to other individuals or the awesome. In various cultures, boisterous languishment is restricted, most likely because these presentations got excessively troublesome. What happens in the rite of passage? Rites of passage differ a lot in their significance to society. For less significant functions, conventional and easygoing celebratory exercises might be such as included. If numerous individuals are experiencing a similar soul-changing experience in the meantime, their customers might be done as one for productivity. The customs that are more critical to the way of life will be stressed by exceptional functions that are led independently. The original customs, as a rule, have a wide range of parts that are performed in the grouping. For example, in numerous nations today, the marriage begins with a standard function, at that point a religious service, a party. There may be a smaller party for the family and a larger one for the entire town. Or if for the man of the hour's family, at that point one for the lady's family. Inside the get-together itself, there may be scripted exercises. Large rituals like these can continue for a long time. Likewise, numerous soul-changing experiences start with a service that enables the person to bid farewell to their previous lifestyle, at that point continue with a time of seclusion, and are concluded when the issue re-enters the network with their new lifestyle, and perhaps with another name. This may be the reason, in some Western societies, the lady and lucky man should see each other near the wedding. They bid farewell, remain separated, and they would be introduced as a couple. Parts of rites of passage exercises will vary in every culture. What's appropriate in one might be unacceptable in another. In any case, most soul-changing experiences have at least one of the accompanying outfit person, and at times every in the group, will wear uniquely, and frequently expand pieces of clothing. These events might need formal garments, or they may be specific to the event, for example, a graduation. Wearing original pieces of clothing may be a significant part of the occasion. Point 2. Festivity. Singing, moving, drinking, and devouring are conventional methods for celebrating in numerous societies. Your way of life may likewise recount stories or authorize plays. Point 3. Gifts. Sometimes, money would be voluntarily given as a gift to assist in securing the subject's future and help pay for the celebration. A share from the lady's part might be a part of an arranged marriage, yet these trades frequently include dealt things rather than money. They may be handmade by the members. Point 4. Vows. Holy figures will be most likely available at significant rituals. They may give a lesson to control the subject, and members in following religious convictions are led by the question in making promises. Included gatherings may sign documents to systematize their pledge to their better approach forever. Point 5. Parades. People who participated in the ritual may promote the joint event by walking or marching through open spaces. They may play music, sing, wave pennants, or serenade, to spread the message out. Point 6. Symbolic acts. This is usual for the individual experiencing the rituals, and those people nearby to take up activities with symbolic significance. Pulverizing a glass, tossing rice or blooms, revolving around a structure various times, or wearing certain hues are generally instances of representative acts. It's not surprising for the significance behind these images to be overlooked while the image itself perseveres. Point 7. Cleansing. Some transitional experiences incorporate refinement functions to free the individual from unpleasant spirits. Purifying may likewise be a method for bidding farewell to their previous way of life. Point 8. Burial services have another extreme action, body disposal. While the conviction frameworks of your way of life will give a spiritual clarification for their transfer strategy, reasonable considerations are usually weighed well. The well-known choices across societies are incineration, which requires wood smoked into various places, and internment, which involves land with a thick layer of topsoil. All the more once in a while, societies living in rough, uneven zones with a small soil or wood that would leave bodies available for decomposing. Modern societies have a lot more alternatives for transfer, for example, sending bodies into outer space, converting them into jewels, or solidifying them in carbonite. Who does it? Rites of passage would show the social jobs of your way of life. The family's breadwinner would presumably lead the functions. Kids and other individuals are regularly asked to do errands and other little and humble assignments. During numerous ceremonies, the subject is segregated with just the nearest relatives. Those relatives might be given other uncommon benefits, for example, seating at the front of a feast. who is given the necessary jobs, or incorporated into limited spaces, will move toward your group of spectators. What individuals and connections are viewed as fundamental in your way of life? Jobs pertaining gender orientation has become apparent during ceremonies. In numerous ceremonies, every gender has a particular undertaking. The gender with the most minimal status might be banished from essential capacities, or just like the person's gender might be permitted to instruct, get ready, or be presented. Although most relational unions are between individuals of various gender orientations, they frequently incorporate a few capacities that are divided by gender. The nearness or non-attendance of isolated exercises is a reliable sign of how incredibly socially appointed jobs are. Unless your way of life has liberated themselves from UAL orientation jobs, each movement will be blended gender. For transitioning rituals particularly, functions might be distinctive relying upon the person's gender orientation. Ceremonies symbolizing the change from childhood to womanhood are frequently directed at a young age than rituals speaking to childhood to masculinity, and in certain societies, the progress to adulthood has a lot more prominent criticalness. Marriage ceremonies will show the level of influence between the UAL orientations included. Most societies today are male-centric. Such huge numbers of relational unions include a representative change in responsibility for the lady of the hour, from her dad, or by the family, to the husband-to-be. Consequently, it's basic for the lucky man, trailed by friends, to go to the place of the lady's family to guarantee her. He may need to demonstrate his assurance by moving beyond a wedding family bar, safeguarding her from criminals, or pursuing her. The lady of the hour's father is probably going to introduce her to the service, and she may promise to comply with her new spouse during the procedures. These gender roles might be reversed if you have a matriarchal culture. How can it vary? Distinguish your social separation points, and choose how the transitional experiences contrast on the other side. Your general public could contain various cultural minorities with their own conventions or a standing framework where every rank has various customs. If your way of life has solid family genealogies, every ancestor may put its very own turn on the ceremonies of the way of life. Except if your general public is confined, they may have continuously experienced changes progressively or emotionally changes it may have been exposed in a culturally diverse community. However, there are conservatives and liberated people with various